Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Goldblooded podcast, episode 25, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's been a little bit, a lot of, we're bringing back good news, actually. We're back with some good news. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with the letter 6. The Warriors are officially the 6th seed. We're 8-2 in our last game, in our last 10 games, sorry. And it's been probably like an elite, the best stretch from the Warriors since that 13-2 start, honestly. Um, and we have a lot of games to cover, a lot of things to discuss, a lot of interesting points. 12-3, yeah, my bad. And before we get into that, actually, we always got to ask, man, our great guys, Denver and Gifted, how are we doing these past couple of games, man? How you guys been feeling? How you talk to me, man? Gifted, what's going on with you, big dog?
Not gonna lie, bro. I'm feeling very motivated, man. I'm excited for the games. I feel like there's a actual desire to the second half of the season to like see this new team unfold, see players make rotations and shift away from rotation. Just seeing the growth and development of our non-Steph minutes and how we look as a team. We're winning and playing much better process-based basketball. Obviously still flaws, but way much of a better viewing experience than the beginning. And ever since our lab podcast, it's continued that same trajectory. So I'm excited, man.
I am very much excited as well because the last games we covered the beginning stages of what Jimmy Butler could do for us, and we were very excited. But before we even get into that, Denver, man, talk to me. How you been feeling, man?
I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. I'm seeing I'm actually having fun watching my team, man, for the first time
I
in a
know
couple
it's
seasons.
crazy. Like, so the people who view the podcast and aren't on Playback One, I don't know why. Playback.tv/Goldblooded. Make sure you pull up live games, live watches. You know what I'm saying? We got subscriptions now. You can subscribe to Goldblooded on Playback. Same way you subscribe to Goldblooded on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, the people who are like just like to view the podcast on YouTube, shout out to you first of all. Second of all, we have been like for majority of the season outside of that hot start we had been in absolute depression to start the year. As you know, like we came back on the pod for weeks on end, repeating and uttering the same words: lack of a secondary, no spacing, no one being able to draw and capitalize off of Steph's gravity. Like we've been talking and uttering the same points.
Healed.
Yeah, he buddy healed. That's just a name in of itself. But to go into the trade with Jimmy Butler, to have the success that we've had, and obviously with other players even coming along for the ride, I think Brandon Pajemski's establishing himself a bit more, being more comfortable with those Jimmy Butler minutes. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, as much as we slander Buddy Hield, some of those nights where he just actually hits his open shots is great. Moses Moody starting to actually become like a legitimate role player for our team and is finally out of jail. It's a bit interesting, man. Quinton Post, who is someone I legit want to give a single segment, like just a personal Quinton Post segment, like an appreciation segment today, because this brother here, I called it in the summer. He has been like a transcendent for us. It's what we need at the 5, man. It's like, Drewski meme where it's like changed a broke nigga's life. This was he changed our lives for the better. Like really did, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But let's get into the first game post break. We played the Kings, in which we absolutely smoked them. We absolutely destroyed them. I don't know if you guys do remember that game, but we blew them up by 30. And it was a game where it immediately was just like we put it onto them, and it was just we ran away with it from the jump. But what, like, to you, Gifted in Denver, what stood out to you the most during that game? What was you seeing from the things that you remember in that game in particular that helped us secure that win?
Well, I'm gonna get off a shameless plug real quick. I think Denver did a good job of highlighting the differences between the Kings games in his own video. Double D Worth on YouTube. Go tap in. Showing the sheer difference between the way we played the same Kings team before the deadline and then after the deadline in terms of how we were able to attack their coverages with Steph both on and off the floor. I think the most glaring difference was we have a zone buster. When the Kings ran zone, the amount of times Jimmy was just in the middle, making the right adjustment, tilting their defense, giving us better shot quality, we looked way better, and we blitzed the Kings by a lot in that game as well. So that was huge. Also, to your point, KB, Quinton Post, he's been such a marvel for this team. Legitimately, he has become this team's overall second best shooter, which is a problem. Buddy Hield, that's a very low bar for you to overcome. But Quentin Post has been such a marvel for the Warriors in terms of his corner shooting and spacing that he gives to this team. I can't wait to see that more with Jonathan Kuminga when he comes back to the lineup. But in this King game specifically, we're able to really dominate them on both ends. Also, Jimmy's impact defensively with Draymond Green in tandem. Draymond so far has looked the happiest whenever he shared the floor with Jimmy Butler, and a lot of that is because of that impact. So the balance that we brought to the game in that Kings game the second time around compared to before our trades was very, very felt in that game.
Yeah, I will say I feel like it also like obviously the X's and O's portion is a huge part of why we won this game, and the main difference between this game against the Kings and the last game against the Kings. Let me just read you some numbers just in a vacuum. So Steph 20 points. DeMar DeRozan 34. If this was before the deadline, what do we think is happening in that game?
That's a 15-point loss, like a comfortable loss, bro.
Yeah, no, and it's a 24-point win. Jimmy Butler didn't even play, or he didn't even score the ball that much. He has 17 points, but it's just the impact and everything that he was doing, and just having him on the floor, as Gift has mentioned, as like a zone buster to put in the middle of the floor, someone that you actually have to pay a lot of attention to, so you can't just trap Steph at half court anymore. Which was, as he also said, I did a video on that. But man, it's just Quinn Post 3 for 3 from 3, man. It's just oh yeah, this was the Moody game where he had 22.
Yeah, Moody played
Yeah.
really good basketball. Pajemski actually led the team in field goal attempts. He took 20 shots that game. I do remember that. But honestly, from what I remember in this game, I remember Steph playmaking a lot. Even though he only had 6 assists in this game, it just felt like to me like his playmaking in this game was like immense for us. We were hitting a lot of threes. The ball was swinging a lot. There was a lot of energy on the floor, and guys like Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, obviously, Steph to his own right. They were just nailing a lot of threes, and we were forcing a lot of turnovers as well. Like this looked like traditional Warriors basketball, where it's forced turnovers. You push the pace, you get easy layups, and you find open threes. Like you do everything in your willpower to play proper basketball, and you get out and you come out with a W. But nonetheless, man, we went to Sacramento. We handled business. You know what I mean? I'm still like trying to like gather my thoughts because like we're about to go over games and each one is like a win, like for the most part. And it's like, bro, it's crazy to me. Like I don't know, like you would think for someone who like won so many titles and got to see so many deep postseason playoff runs and so many wins that like I'm used to this, but like, bro, when something gets taken away from you of that, like just that basic, man, when you get it back, you just glad it's there. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I'm so happy with a 60. But to move on from this game, because I do feel like this game was pretty much like a Warriors. We just held on to the win. And shout out to DeMar DeRozan for having 34 that game because he was 4 of 7
He
on
was
threes.
killing. Yeah,
He
was killing.
was destroying us from there, bro. But we still managed to come out with the win. Outside of that, no one else really showed up for the Kings. 14 for Sabonis. He shot 6 of 10. It was a quiet night for him. 14 rebounds, 9 assists. Again, DHO assists. We don't really respect those. But and by we, I mean me. I'm not gonna speak for the both of you guys, but we're gonna move on to the next game. We played the Dallas Mavericks.
All right, so we're back. We don't know what happened. There was like some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know what.
My cam was like off, so I had to like.
Nah, that was definitely playback. I ain't gonna. Yo, playback. Fix your server, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this is like this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But back to the games at hand. You know what I'm saying? We are on to Dallas at home, where we absolutely thrashed them, 102 to 126. Now, to just bring your memories back, there was a game beforehand in which we played them pre-All-Star break, and we lost, right? 107 to 111, and a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah.
Now, in that game in particular, I don't know if you guys remember, PJ Washington, to leave the game and to make sure there was no cameras on him, even though there's always going to be cameras on you because you're an NBA player,
in the tunnel.
decided to do the night celebration. Obviously, Steph celebration, taunting him. You know what I mean? Taunting 30. And
yeah, wait, he must have had a crazy game then.
No, he had to because it's.
Oh no,
he
didn't play. He was injured.
Nah, he didn't. You was right.
He didn't play.
But you know who he did? You know where he did play though?
he was
He played. Wait, hold on. He played in the game, obviously 102 to 126. And he actually had a decent game. He had 17 points, 7 for 11 from the field, 3 or 4 from 3. A solid role player game because he's a role player. Know your role. So Steph saw him and put 30 on him. 12 of 20 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. One of the
this.
threes that he actually hit as well.
This isn't OKC, buddy.
He was talking too.
Yeah, he was talking crazy. He hit a step back 3, right? And the shot was in the air, hit it, looked towards PJ and did this celebration. And mind you, it was the third quarter. The third quarter, we were blowing this team out. You know what I mean? So shout out to Steph. Little step back, shoot over the top, pans over.
Early night.
And you can see that. I don't know if they show the scoreboard or not. He was talking crazy. He was
on that.
Shout out to Steph.
I believe at this point it was 90 to 68.
Man, who knows what the score was and who cares? Because it was belt to ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the belt to the. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Warriors, man. Honestly, this was another great win that we were watching live on Playback. Again, playback.tv/Goldblooded. The thing top right and the thing link in the description as well. But to go back to the scoreboards and things that happened in this game in particular, obviously Steph played really, really well. Again, Jimmy had 18 points, 5 rebounds, but his impact again was felt. 8 free throws. Just his ability to slash. He was a plus 28 on the floor. Brandon Pajemski was a plus 30 on the floor. Like the starters were just playing magnificent basketball. Steph had 30, Jimmy with 18, B-Pos with 17, Moody with 14, Draymond with 13. Like everyone was playing really, really good basketball. And Quinton Post as well. Quinton Post had 10 points. He was a neutral in his plus-minus box, but to me, he was like, when he was on the floor, we were playing really, really good basketball. But what did you guys think of that game in particular, man?
Man. I got one word and one word only. Belt! God damn it. I'm sick of this shit, man. We came through in this game after losing an embarrassing game to them. We came back, answered amicably, gave out belt. Steph looked great. Jimmy Butler looked good. B-Pots had a very good game in this game as well. 13 rebounds for B-Pots. 17 and 13. Plus 30. We played good, man. We really needed a game like this to make us feel, good again at home, and we did that, man. This is a straight belt from start to finish. The consistency in the second half to not fall for bad habits and consistently get to it, we got to it. So I was excited for that.
Hey, Chad, my thing, the thing I love most about this game, we see over here Dallas has they're starting PJ Washington at the 5 because if you're unaware, somehow they don't have any bigs. And so they're starting PJ Washington at the 5. You know what the Warriors did? They went into the paint. They took a bunch of layups. Oh man, I can't believe it. I can't believe they're actually doing it.
Chad, we were cutting and making like y'all don't understand. Like it's a blessing to see your team do the basic necessities of being a good basketball team. You know what I mean? Like this is like a life lesson. Just let's not even talk hoops for a second. This is a life lesson. Always appreciate the simple and little things in life because it's those little things that allow you to see the much bigger things too. Like the fact that I had to watch this team blow layups time in and time out, and now I don't see it as frequently. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful. I'm grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Warriors. Shout out to the Mavericks for receiving that belt, and shout out to PJ Washington for motivating my favorite player of all time. You know what I'm saying? So
that is a crazy username.
Shout out to you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? But the next game over, man. Man, oh man. The next game over was the Charlotte Hornets, and I think we all collectively said we're not going to talk about this game. Reason A, Buddy Hield was the leading scorer with 16 points. Reason B was the Charlotte Hornets, and reason C, we
watched half of this game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
We were watching Luka.
I'll be honest, and this is me just being completely honest with you. We were watching Luka play his old team, and we said we're playing the Hornets. Handle that. The Warriors said yes, and we said all right, thank you very much. So if you're asking for any great breakdown of what happened in particular, don't come to you. Don't ask me.
I got a breakdown. So basically, I went back and I watched the game. And Belt. Is again like the best way to describe this. And to me, this was actually the most important game for me because this is a game that pre-deadline we could not
There's a
entrust
trap
Golden State
game.
to win. Exactly. This is the trap game that everyone just chalks off as a W, and we were actually able to live up to that by consistently dominating Charlotte in every quarter. 28 points in the first, 28 in the second, 41 in the third, 31 in the fourth. At every facet, from start to finish, we put belt to this team. And good teams put belt to teams they should put belt to. So I love this performance overall. It gave us time to, not be so stressed out possession by possession, playing a team that we should be good enough to beat. So that was huge for us, honestly.
Facts. I think Gifted spoke for all of us pretty well there. Are you gonna cure words for me about this game? Afraid not. You know what I'm saying? we can move on. Yeah, shout out to Moses Moody as well. Shout out to Moses Moody. He did hoop that game in particular. But I think we should move on to the game of the week. Honestly, I'm gonna be so real. Like of that said week, when that game was happening, it was the best game of the week. Reason A, Steph with 56 points on February 27th. The day for some reason where he just averages, as Stephen A would say, 40, right? Like Steph Curry put up 56 points with 12 made threes. I'll be honest with you, I never thought I would say something like that again in his career. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like as like he currently did it, like he did it like in present time. I would never think I would say that again. I think like a 40 ball would be like, let's go. 45 would be like, hell yeah. Like, like we 36 shot for 45. Bro, the 56, dog. I think that's the fourth highest scoring game this season, actually, by a 37-year-old or soon to be 37 or in his birthday month in a week or so time. Like, bro, he is just ridiculous, bro.
It
Like
was crazy, bro.
the way he gets his shot off, the difficulty in some of his shots as well were just absolutely absurd to me. Like, let's just before we even talk about like what was happening in that game, let's just talk about Steph for a moment, like honestly, because the threes that we were getting to see and witness in that game, but honestly, and I don't even want let's not even bring up any clips, right?
Oh,
I just want us to just discuss it. From your perspective, like what were you guys seeing? Because for me, I was legit just seeing like it was just no rim touching whatsoever. It was straight mesh work. Like that's all it was, bro. And it was off the dribble, catch and shoot, deep threes. How you want it gifted? You want to step back over KCP? I got you. You want to fly by Paulo? Let me turn around mid shot. I got you. You want to Wendell Carter Jr. ISO right hand step back? Need him. Want him? Got him. You know what I mean? Like, talk to me, man. What did you guys think of that game, bro?
I gotta say, for me, this is the most important game of the Warriors season. And I say that because the context of this game is post Jimmy Butler trade, you already had one loss versus a depleted team in Dallas. This game was deemed our first real smell test. Okay, how good are the Warriors really? And early on, we were down 17. Orlando, by the way, has their hottest shooting start to the season in the first quarter. Paolo Banchero is 7 for 7 in the first quarter. I'm pretty sure he has like 20 plus points at halftime, only missed like 3 shots in totality. And they have other guys shipping in, knocking down 3-point shots. And again, even with the Steph 3 that he hit, which was great, we're down 17 at the half, right? So for Steph to have a performance like this, where he also has a 22-point third quarter, where he's making crazy 3 after 3, actually was on pace to break the record if he played more minutes. To do this in a victory where we completely changed the tide of the game is one thing, but to see the way it happened, KB, in the third quarter, to see the fear of that young Magic team when Steph kept hitting threes and what it opened up for everyone else, the way Orlando was rushing their possessions to match the pace of what Steph was doing, this was a peak type of Steph performance. And again, for him to drop 56 points at this age, this old, still doing what he's doing, it was magic, bro.
Yeah,
Truly.
that's what I'm looking at right now. See, chat, you're gonna see De'Aaron Fox 26, Giannis 29, Steph 36, 15 days away from 37, Jokic 29, Brunson 28, 27, 26, 23, 26, 22. Like, and then there's CJ right here. There's nobody Like, dog, you're
Not even
not
close.
you're not supposed to be doing this.
No.
It's just it doesn't make any sense.
It's ridiculous, man. Honestly, like my favorite shot of the night, honestly, for me, was the KCP step back. Like when he got the ball and he snatched back and he had the ball to his right. As soon as the ball was here, I already knew the shot was going up. One, two, I just knew it was cash. There was not like there's one thing about like Steph for me that I don't think any other NBA player provides when they're like going crazy like this. Like the inevitability that he has with some of his shot taking and making ability is like insane. Like I have never felt so confident about shots just going in my life, but I'll react in a way where I didn't know it was gonna go in. I'll be like, oh, what a shot. But I knew it was gonna go in. Like when he shot that shot over KCP, the snatch back, I knew that was going in. When he shot that shot against the like when he that's another thing too. When he pump fakes, like when when he does that try, like he tries to make the defender fly by, they
Yeah.
contest well, and he just gets it off quickly anyways. Bro, when he's hitting shots like that, that's how you know it's gonna be crazy. Like that's how you know it's just gonna be crazy. So it's like
Should we count the shots that hit rim?
we
Because
we,
this
we
doesn't
could, yeah.
that
He was not
doesn't
he
hit
was he
rim.
was barely in the rim, bro. It was crazy.
That
He
doesn't
and he
hit
said it himself.
rim.
Okay, I said OKC. Well, OKC is one of his favorite arenas to play, but the rims in Orlando, he loves. He loves the rims in Orlando.
That didn't hit rim.
That did not hit rim at all. Like that step back was just
This
so
didn't
clean.
hit rim.
Like I
I
forgot to have. You know what's crazy?
I don't understand.
I forgot about him hitting. It's actually insane, dog. It wasn't this three here that rimmed in. That's crazy. It's not even this three here. It's this three after the KCP one. After the KCP one.
Oh, the left wing.
Yeah, or it was right side. It was where
Yeah.
he just shot that little flyby, but it's
Are you
the
sure? I thought it was left wing.
no, it was right side. It was right side. The KCP one was
Oh.
the left side. Yeah, this one was the left side. There's another three after this.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
This three here.
The
After we get
fast
the
break one,
stop
yeah.
in transition, Buddy Healed swings. See how he just doesn't fly by and just rolls. Goodness gracious, man.
What?
I think it was just the audio myself. Look at these shots, bro.
Look at
My
that shot.
goodness.
This was crazy.
Oh my god.
Like, dog, this is not like this is good defense. Like, I don't know what else Franz could have done.
That shot. Look at that shot right there. Overdose.
Oh, and then this is
Now that dribble at the end in a close
By the way,
game, might add.
by the way,
Chad,
this, oh yeah, clutch,
that's called clutch, by the way.
clutch shot. Oh yeah, by the way, Chad, this is now the Golden State Magic.
Bro, you know what's the crazy part about this game too? Is that the game was close and he had 56. Like it wasn't like a 56.
We were
against-
down 17.
Exactly. Like we like, bro, man, shout out to Steph, bro. Honestly, shout out to Steph. I don't think we really need to talk about anything else. Paulo had 40 and you wouldn't ever even known. I'm gonna be so real. Like you would have never known Paulo had 40 and he had 40, but Steph had 56, bro. Like shout out to Q2 as well. Shout out to
He was so big for us in that game,
I
man.
think he was outside of Steph, he was the second best player on that team in terms of like what we needed, the impact minutes. He was helping. Like I was begging for Quentin to get actual minutes so that we can have a stretch five on the floor. As soon as Quentin comes into the game, Steph explodes. The arena's going crazy. Shout out to Quentin, man. He's been such an impactful player for the Golden State Warriors, man. But we move on. You know what I'm saying? After that great win in Orlando, we feeling good. The NBA is starting to talk about us in a good way again. We go to Philly, man. And unfortunately, we couldn't get out of Philly with a win. Unfortunately, man. We lost 119 to 126.
We didn't lose to Philly. We lost to Quentin Grimes Black Magic, bro. Let's keep it a man.
Steph had 29 and 13, but unfortunately, it was not enough because
Steph had a dunk.
Steph dunked in a game that he hasn't dunked in a game literally in 7 years. No troll. Like he hasn't dunked in 7 years. He dunked in that game and we lost. Steph wore the bright red shoes and hooped and we lost. Like it was a very weird night. And to top off all weirdness, Quentin Grimes shot 12 of 15 on contested field goal shots. Like, do you know how crazy that is? I don't think people really you can quantify and understand how crazy it is to shoot 12 of 15 on contested shots. Like, bro, that
Was
was
that
insane.
was that no, Chris? This was after the third quarter.
Like, bro, this is ridiculous. Like, honestly, shout out to Quentin Post for having the game he's had. Like, this is like the definition of like
And
this is
Grimes.
what NBA players are capable of on any random night. Like on the most
Yeah.
random of random nights, an NBA player could just be unconscious, and this is why he's an NBA player, right? Because he's
Yeah,
that
this
good.
is this is like why you need a game plan for a whole team, because I guarantee you we were just concerned with shutting down Maxi, which we did a fantastic job of. I think he only got up like 9 shots, 7 shots. But when you only look at one guy, you leave the door open for something like this to happen. Because Quentin
Exactly.
14
Grimes,
for 18 on contested shots, by the way.
yeah,
But you
because
know what?
Quentin Grimes is a good player, and
Not this
that's
good. You're not finna
yeah.
convince me he's this good. I ain't gonna lie. Respectfully, like Quentin Grimes, you nice, bro, but you're not this nice. Total 15
Yeah.
on contested.
Like
Forget you said
Quentin Grimes is a good player, and so when you are not really giving your full attention to someone like him, this is the type of thing that can happen because like a lot of dudes in the league have the talent to do something like this. It's just that they don't get a lot of uh I don't know, like
it's
a
not
lot of
what's
the
needed
same.
necessarily. Like we need
Yeah,
something else out of you rather than you being able to put up 44. You know what I mean? But I hear you. I hear you. But you know
yeah.
what bothered me the most was that his French teammate Yabusele, who hasn't scored double figures in like a month, decided to hit 5 of 6 on threes in that same night. You know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that to go with it. PG, who's literally been one of the league's worst players this season in general, has a double-digit fourth quarter to help
He
close
he
out the game.
has he has
Like
a dagger shot over Draymond
a
Green.
difficult step back push off midi that he cashes. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it is so insane to me the stuff that needed to happen for Philly to win. Like, they needed Yabusele 5 threes out of 6. They needed Quentin Grimes shooting 14 of 18 on contested shots. They needed PG to go perfect damn near in the fourth quarter. And we lost the game by like 7 points or something like that. Like it was absolutely insane. But to talk about the Warriors side of things, again, Steph was amazing in my opinion. He led the Warriors remote like in basically 2 categories, points and assists. Um, he was just playing fantastic basketball. Like anytime he was on the floor, we were a plus 12 when he was on the floor. That just shows you how good he was. And everyone else, majority of the night was like in the negatives. Quinton Post was a
Yeah,
-2, but he played well. Moses Moody did not have a good game that game. I remember that. B
and
Pause
I
had a stinker. It was not a good look. Kevon Looney
yeah,
was bad as well. Yeah, I remember those minutes. It
yeah,
wasn't
and I
it
feel
wasn't
like
going good.
yeah, and I feel like it's as Chris just said, you had the minus 19 in the 12 minutes that he was off the floor. And it felt like because Jimmy Butler didn't play this game, he was out with back spasms. And it felt like I was watching the same team from January all over again. And it was crazy.
And the crazy part is to start the game, Steph looked comfortable too. Like he was hitting
Yeah.
shots, like he was still in this groove. You know what I mean? Like he was
Yeah.
playing basketball like it meant something again. But like we couldn't capitalize off the good game that Steph had. But the image that Denver is showing you currently, shout out to Denver, is an image of all the missed baskets at the rim. So I explained this on playback, and I don't mean this disrespectfully. For those who don't understand how basketball works, right? What you're looking at right now is inside the key. Now, inside that little arch, you see that little arch right there, is in the restricted area, right? It's basically at the rim. Those are all layup attempts that we missed during that game. And mind you, we lost by 7. And it's crazy to me how in every single game that we lost, even when we're 8-2 in our last 10, I can tell you the same 3 things as to why we lost. Turnovers, missed layups, or like some level of CTE from someone on the team. Like it's always one of those 3. You know what I mean? But Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. A horrible loss. No Jimmy. We still should have won this game. I think we did a good job on Maxi. But yeah, bro, like it was just like it was one of those losses where it's like the Dallas loss. You wish you can get that game back, but you can't. You know what I mean?
Curry calling for the swing, and he swings it to a fan wearing a Warriors. Curry calling for the swing, and he swings it to a fan wearing a Warrior jersey in the corner. Here's Pajemski on the dribble handoff to Knox. Nice inside. The layup.
Dog, like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Home the three ball over Green. Golden State running quickly, and Green throws it away. That's the 6th turnover by the Warriors. Heads to the scorer's table. Green stopped his dribble. Got to give it up. Shot clock at 7. Moody gets to the basket, blew the layup.
A game on the year, they're 26th in the league at three-point percentage, so this is an uncharacteristically hot night for the Sixers to this point from the three-point line. You have to score Nissel, but assuming that heals, and they get into the play-in days, a lot of things could happen as Draymond again misses an easy layup.
Curry splits the double team, drives, tries to fire it underneath, and turns it over. Bad pass. Grimes in the open court, challenged by Pajemski. When the second meeting happened between Dallas and the Celtics. Luke and the Lakers have won 5 in a row as Pajemski turns it over.
It's just all, it was just bad.
Yeah, no, I think the viewers have seen enough of this. I don't want them to keep watching bad basketball. It's okay. It's okay. Well, let's move on, man. Philly was a tough loss. Yeah, I have no other words. Like, dog, what are we looking at, bro? And you know what's crazy? Can you pause it? That shot, I remember vividly going, "Oh my god, he's about to miss that." I swear to God,
I swear to you, bro.
Swear to God,
swear to you, bro.
Oh my god, he's about to miss that shot, bro. Look at this nigga, bro. Like, come on.
And then this was.
Yeah, nah, that Philly loss was just. I ain't gonna lie. Chat, another tough loss, man. Honestly,
Keep moving.
Well, we keep moving, man. And we head down to Charlotte in our last game, which we literally just came off of literally watching today because we recorded this pod right after the Charlotte game. Another win, man. Another Charlotte belt to ass. The season series is done 2-0, as expected. Again, the Warriors handled the Charlotte Hornets once again. Steph with a solid game. He had 21 and 10. Wasn't really the greatest of shooting nights, but honestly, I don't care because he was playmaking his ass off and passing his ass off in that first half as well. But nah, it was just a great, I think, all-around effort in Charlotte from what I was watching the most part. The Charlotte Hornets had a couple stretches in that game where they started to make their way into the game. They had that like 7 points where they got like a loose ball foul. There's a bunch of free throws involved with like Tech's flagrant fouls with Draymond Green. But the Warriors managed to
score 7 points in 6 seconds.
Yeah, literally 6 seconds, which is crazy. But the Warriors managed to secure their win, obviously, and secure the 6th seed. But before we even talk about that and everything else, man, Gifted Denver, what did you guys think of the Charlotte game, bro?
Well, I feel like it was one of those games where you kind of expect to win going in, but I don't know. I feel like every team has these games where it's like, oh, they're just letting them stick around for whatever reason they might be gifted.
Did he fall asleep mid-pod? No way. Gifted? You gotta lock in, gang. Nah, there's no way you falling asleep mid-pod. Come on, man. Did he do it again?
Or is he looking at his phone? He's looking.
Nah, he has to be looking at his phone. Gifted, please give me a thumbs up if you're here. You have headphones on. Did he fall asleep again?
What are you?
Gifted, did you fall asleep again?
Oh, I did not fall asleep again. I'm good. I'm valid.
So why did you just not? I said, give me a thumbs up if you're here. Nah, you trolling, guy. I ain't gonna lie.
Because in my head, I'm still seeing the miracle shot making for Krennigan. I'm sorry. It's a lot. It's a lot, man.
Oh yeah,
14 for 18 contested, bro. Like dog. Like come on, man.
Nah, Gifted trying to play it off like Quentin Grimes.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's definitely not what was going on. But anyway,
Crazy.
it was one of those games where it's just like they're just sticking around for one reason or another, but you know that eventually you're gonna be able to like build separation, and that's exactly what they did. One tech, one flagrant Draymond is the greatest player of all time, even though he wasn't even really on the floor for most of the run. But
No, I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie. Even like it affects the team. Drake gets a 10
yeah,
for flagrant. I'm telling you, the team gets a boost of 10. Like everything started to go for the Warriors. Shots started to fall. Buddy Hield was hitting threes. That's how you know it affected the winning so much. Buddy Hield was a positive on the floor, which I can't say much this season because we really paid that nigga 10 mil. Like,
buddy, you know what? Oh, never mind.
man.
I thought that was the plus minus, but
And I
I'm
hope
just
you know,
kidding.
Gifted, you falling asleep. That's the thing on the pod, nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
I wasn't even falling asleep.
Nah, you literally went.
I truly
You
was
literally,
not.
that was you for like a minute, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was literally you for a minute.
Because in my head I'm like, damn, it's crazy.
Nah,
It's crazy,
nigga.
man.
You were not thinking, yo.
It's crazy. I swear to you. I swear to you.
Yeah, whatever.
Shut up.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
But nah, man. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo has some insane threes. I remember a play particular where he had a snatchback, I think, on 2 Warriors defenders.
Bruh, that was crazy.
A step back
That was
three
crazy.
that was super, super tough. I'm not gonna lie. But nah, there wasn't really for me, honestly, much to like gauge in a Charlotte Hornet game. For me, as just like a Warriors fan, as someone who's obviously critiques them, I think it's the Charlotte Hornets. They're not a good team. You're at full strength. And Jimmy Butler's back. Go and win. But I will say the important part I will say is that it's becoming a bit of an issue for Jimmy Butler in terms of like him finding his rhythm where he can be most effective. Because we definitely see it in some games where he's driving to the basket, drawing fouls, playmaking, obviously the passing. It's great. Everything about that is great. But we need that a scoring aggression to ramp up. That's the one thing I'll say for sure. Because Jimmy, we're gonna need you in April. Like we're gonna need you. We're expected to be there. We want to be there. And we traded and extended you for you to really rise in that particular moment. And I know you're not a regular season person. You're not someone who's going to be able to just consistently put up 24, 25 a night. You really are there for April to get there and then be able to rise. But we really need you to like physically be there and be in shape. And I really hope it's just a physicality issue where you're just trying to get yourself ramped up. But these past couple of games, even like not in Charlotte, you have been looking a bit passive. So I do want him to be more aggressive going forward. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel. But yeah, man, honestly, that's going to conclude the Warriors Gold-Blooded Podcast, episode 25. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure to follow the TikTok and follow the Twitter. Join the community as well. Follow Gold-Blooded on Playback as well. Become a member. Subscribe to Gold-Blooded if you are a member on Gold-Blooded or watching on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great perks there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we get more wins coming up this week, and I'll go through the games really
Hopefully, yeah.
we actually wrap up. And let me just share my screen really quickly.
We have the Knicks, the Nets, and the Pistons.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right,
This is
actually,
our
right?
4-game
Yep.
stretch right here. We got the Knicks. I just zoomed in a little bit. We got the Knicks tomorrow, which is going to be at 7:30. Again, make sure you pull up to Gold-Blooded if you haven't already. And shout out to the people who are still listening live on the podcast right now. Then we got Brooklyn on Thursday. Saturday, we play Detroit. And Sunday, we play – that's not Sunday, sorry. Monday, we play Portland. And then we get Tuesday and Wednesday off, which is good. And we play SAC on Thursday as well, which, to be honest with you, we really needed the 2 days off because, bro, we've been playing a lot of games this past month, like a lot. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but we post All-Star break and the hoops have just been hooping the entire time. So shout out to the Warriors for continuing to thrive. New York is going to be tough. Obviously, one of the better teams in the East and in the NBA in general. But if you are a team that's going to be really up there, the Knicks have struggled with every actual good team in the league. So if you are that team, this is the, as Gifted would say, diamond tester. So test your diamonds, make sure you pass. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, I expect to win. Detroit, trap game. Portland, I expect to win. So relative, or only, it's actually only going to be the 3 games we're covering, actually. So New York, Brooklyn, and Detroit.
I think Portland's very dangerous, by the way, because they've been playing some crazy basketball as of late.
This is what I say. I think we beat New York, we beat Brooklyn, and we lose to Detroit in our first game back. That's what I think.
That's possible for sure.
What do you think?
That's fair.
Give me all 3. I'm not being fair. We beat all of them.
I'm with you. We 3-0, nigga.
Now, is it gonna be easy? No, but I really feel like a point can be made here. These
And you
three
know
are
what's
winnable
crazy?
games. Go take them.
We get Kaminga back on Saturday. Yeah,
I think we
3-0.
do.
Yeah.
3-0, 3-0, 3-0,
It's
3-0.
possible, bro.
Yeah.
A nigga said 3-3 gang. It's only a 3-game sample. How is that possible?
I think it's
He's saying 3 for 3.
Oh, 3-4-3. Fair. My bad. 3-0. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that Denver, I'm assuming you agree. 3-0.
Yeah. I mean, that Portland game is going to be pretty interesting.
That's gonna be a hard game for sure.
Yeah, because they do got that. I forget it. It's his name.
That's
Kamara.
gonna be the
What's the
Delano. That's
defender's
gonna
name
be
in
the
His name is
Delano
Tumani
Banton.
Kamara. Yep.
Tumani
Yeah.
Kamara. Yeah,
Tumani.
he's really nice. I'm not gonna lie. He's very nice.
That's
But
gonna be the Delano Banton masterclass. I'm not gonna lie.
nah, we don't need that, my bad. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, chat, and to the people who are watching, make sure you, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff. Make sure you turn on post notifications if you haven't already. Follow the TikTok, follow all the socials. Link is in the description as well. Shout out to Denver for putting the under on Steph's points for the 56-point night as well. And with that being said, we out, man.
Peace out. Have a good one, people.